Hello everybody, I am Srinivasan from Logicoy. I'm going to show you the demo on JBPM. So before going to demo, I would like to explain a basic concepts of JBPM. So what is a business process? A business process is a sequence of tasks that takes place in a repeatable order, executed by a human or a system to achieve a business goal. So here, the execution happen both at the human level as well as the system level, which is an automated task. And it describes the order in which the series of steps need to be executed. So here we are going to define the complete business flow using a graphical flow chart where it clearly tells what is the order, what is the next step, what is the next step, and where the end is, and where the start portion of the particular business process. And the business process can significantly improve the visibility and agility of business logic. So what is JBPM? So JBPM stands for Java Business Process Management. A technology like JBPM helps in managing a complex business process in an efficient way. So JBPM is a tool that can orchestrate a business process effectively. So the beauty of the JBPM is similar to the flowchart to represent the business flow in a graphical way. It can be easily understood by a business analyst as well. A JBPM can embedded in a Java application which can be run as a service. So features of JBPM. So JBPM executes the business process which are designed using the BPM 2.0 specification, which comes with latest JBPM installer BPM 2.0 specifications. So JBPM as a UI tool available to involve the business analyst and user right from the design phase. So they can use the UI tool and design the business flow using these tools. The tools which are fully integrated with Eclipse and similar IDEs where you can drag and drop those components and you can build the business flow easily. It also supports a web-based designer. JBPM supports a persistent and transaction management with the help of JP and JTA architecture. One of the thing is like you can define your own custom work and then you can reuse as a reusable component in the workflow. So this is the JBPM components and the application, your Java application is going to run as a service and that's going to call the core engine. The core engine, we can manage the core engine history log and human tasks using the JBPM console. And also the core engine support the rule engine where you can execute the rules. And here the governor repository which is going to versionize your business flow. You can version all the business flow along with the rules using the governor repository. And governor repository is a web-based designer. It supports a web-based designer where you can manage all the business process, or you can create a business process using this web-based designer, and then you can manage the business process and their rules. And also it provides an Eclipse editor where you can do the same thing using desktop-based Eclipse editor to create a to create a business process as well as to create the rules and then you can manage. So part of the core component, the process engine. Here, what you're seeing here is a process engine which comes with the role engine, and it is a core of the project, and it required to execute the business process. Application services, for example, Java application typically invokes the core engine to start the process or to signal an event whenever necessary. And coming to the history log, basically it's an optional core service that will log all the information about the current and the previous state of each process instances. And coming to the human task service, the human task service is also an optional service that takes care of human task life cycle in a if human actor. It's an optional governor repository is an optional command that can be used to store all the business processes. It supports a collaboration and versioning of all the business processes and the rules. And JPPM console, as I discussed, like it's a web-based console that allows the business user to manage their business process, start a new process, inspect a running process, and all other list and also to see their reports. So this is a sample application where there is a start point of a self-evaluation and it is diverging to two project managers. One is a project manager evaluation and HR manager evaluation. If both evaluated and then the process is going to end. Let's go to demo. I have started all the JBPM demo process which required for this demo. And here I have started the H2 in-memory database. I have started JBoss and I started Eclipse and all stuff. Now I am going to show you a demo on how to use the JBPM using an Eclipse editor to create a flow, and then I'm going to execute this flow. So part of this demo, I already have created a small business flow, basically called a vacation planner. The vacation planner will plan for a vacation whenever an engineer for a particular department is applying for a vacation. And if the vacation days which exceeds the threshold, then automatically the vacation application applied by the particular engineer will be rejected. And case if the engineer is applying the less than the threshold, and he will be accepted using rules. Here I have dragged these components from here, from the start event. Okay, and there is a there's a script where the script components basically used to execute the script what you're going to return here. And the dialect can be an mval or it could be a java base, and I have selected mval right now. Mval will support the system of println, and here I'm just printing a few things based on the user input. So this is the entrance of this action. Okay, the entrance, I name it as an entrance. And using this property editor you can edit the script script components. And here I have dragged a rule component. It's a rule task. I have dragged this rule task here, and I named it as vacation day rules flow group 1. Okay, this particular, and then I have another script component where after the rule is validating, I'm just printing what is the status of the rule here after the rule executed. And based on the rule execution, I have a constraint here which which is a diverge constraint. Basically, it will diverge based on the output. Um, so for go to the approval node, I have created a flow called allow. For go to the reject node, I created a flow called reject. So if you see here, I given the priority as 1 means like this is the first condition going to execute. Okay, if it pass, then the flow will go to the approval state and other stuff in case if it is approved. And in case if it is rejected, okay, it's the second thing. Okay, always true, because if the first one fails, always it will go to the reject state and then it will end up here. Okay, and once after approval state will go to the human task actor, the actor I have defined here. And once user click approval, then it come to the finish state is just a script where I executed and saying approve success, and then it will finish here. Okay, so this is just a small use case where um, engineer try to apply for a vacation. The vacation date is less than the threshold date, and it will go to the approval process, and if it is greater than the threshold days, it will go to the rejection process. Now we'll see how I created these validation vacation dates rules. Okay, this is a rule editor where you can define the rules. As I said, I have written a rule. I have glued this particular rule with the flow where I defined here. So for this rule task, as I said, I have defined a rule flow group, which is named it as vacation days rule flow group, and I have glued this particular rule event with this particular rule. So you can create your own, you can create another rule task. Let's say you want to run another rule task after this. You can create another rule task here, and then you can name it as a vacation day rule flow group 2, and then you can define another rule called, let's say there is a testing or some other department. For that department, for X department, you can name that particular rule flow group, and then you can associate the particular rule to be executed. So here I have defined only one particular rule called engineering rule, and then I associated with the particular rule group one. And even two rules can have the same rule group. Okay, that's also possible. And so I have a condition when there is a vacation model with the department is engineering, and number of days the engineer can apply should be less than 5 days, means maximum he can apply is 4 days. Okay, and if it is less than these 5 days, then I'm going to set is allow equal to true. Okay, by default I have set the boolean as a false in case if number of days is going to be the maximum days, let's say uh, a maximum of 5 days, like 6 days he is going to apply, then the rule is going to, by default it's set to be false, and it's going to the rejection flow. In case if number of days is less than 4, then it will go to the approve state, to the HR manager approval, and where the human intervention is there because it's a human task. The human has to complete the particular flow to finish this task. So this is a simple rule. So I'm going to kickstart this process from a Java application. I have written a simple Java process main method. I have written a main class where I created a session, a knowledge session with two where I have loaded. I'm loading this rules file as well as the rule flow file. So these are the two resources need to be loaded for running this application. And I have created a Hornet work item human task where my human task information will be running in this particular local host, particular port 5153. And before going to start this application, I'm going to set this. I have defined a simple model called vacation process model where I define the number of days, employee name, employee ID, department, um, and all the stuff. And I'm going to use this model, okay, for rules to execute and then get the information and run this use case. And I have created a vacation model, and then I set the employee ID as 101. I set the name as Srinivasan, and set the department as engineering, and set number of days as 3. I'm saying set start process. I'm saying process with the help of the ID out of 1. As I said, for this flow, I have set an ID as out of 1. I'm going to glue this with start process where the knowledge session is going to start the particular process. And yet I'm saying that fire rule means it's going to fire all the rules, get ready for the rules to be executed, and then give the result here. So let's start this. So I'm going to run this demo. So I'm going to right click, say run as a Java application. So I have given the value number of days for the engineering to apply for this vacation is 3 days. I'm going to the console. I'm printing the few things. As I said, like maximum number of days can apply is 5 days, and number of days applied is three, and it's going to allow state true. Basically, it is saying here the allow state is true here. Okay, so I'm expecting a human task available the JBP console. I have assigned to a user called Chris V, and I'm going to log into the Chris V. I'm going to see. I click on the personal task and then refresh if any human workflow available. Yeah, there is a human workflow available here as a part of after I refresh here with the process RF1. It's a process ID. I'm going to select this and click view, and I'm seeing a please approve this vacation. I'm going to click complete here, and then it's process successfully completed. Here I'm seeing approve success. Here I'm seeing approve success, where I'm printing at the finished state of this process. See the properties, and I'm saying approve success. Means it come to this particular flow and flow get ended here. Okay, go to the console log. So I'm clearly printing the maximum vacation days applied can apply is 5 days, and number of vacation days applied is three. After rule validation, is vacation days is valid. It's printing true here. I'm just printing at this point. So, yes. Yeah, after rule validation vacation days applied is true. Okay, then it's coming to this approval and it's printing allow true um, here because number of days I applied is 3 days as part of this main process. Number of days applied is 3 days here, and then it went to HR, it went to human task flow where we have completed this, and now nothing is there. Means the human task completed and the workflow is gone away here. And the finish I'm just the finish service task as a script task I'm just printing approve success, and then the process get ends here. Okay, now let me show the another example, like I'm applying for 30 days 13 days. Okay, and I'm going to save all, and then I'm going to run as a Java application. Clicking the console, straight away the rule is executed, and then it's saying is valid vacation days is saying false, and the rejected a particular workflow task has been rejected because the number of days the person has applied is 30 days, um, which is greater than uh, the threshold 5. Okay, that's the reason by default it was set to false, and then the rules flow went to this rejection state where it is printing reject because of the is allow is as a value false. So if you have any questions related to this product, please contact support at logicoy.com. Thank you.